the Blackfoot people's past, present, future. We recognize the thousands of indigenous peoples
from many diverse nations,
all left their tribe.
including members of the Blackfoot Confederacy,
the six gates,
Siksika,
I'm stopping.
as well as other First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. We respect Indigenous peoples' cultural heritage,
Beliefs, truth, and relationship to the land.
that stretches back in time.
Blink at history.
we will not blink at history.
And we will learn from it. Oki is an invitation.
A step forward.
In Blackfoot, Oki means humble.
Oki means humble.
Oki.
Okay.
Oki. Welcome to the lands of the Blackfoot people.
Okay, and welcome to Could This Be Grace with myself, Alan Friesen, and my guest talent author, the Diane McConnell, Dr. Diane McConnell. Diane, so good to see you again.
My pleasure. It's really nice to see you.
Yeah, number 6 of 6 in this. I think it's been amazing. I've learned so much from being part of this, Diane. I very much appreciate hanging out with you and learning from you. So 6 from 6. I don't know what we're going to do after this, but we're going to find something else fun to
Something.
discuss.
Stay tuned.
Yes, exactly. So do you want to get us rolling?
I am. I'm going to share my screen and you tell me if it works.
Sounds good. Got it.
Perfect. So I'll just jump right in and say, first of all, I just can't believe that this is our last session. Where does the time go? My gosh. Over the past 6 weeks, you have given me the privilege and the opportunity to give a pretty good overview of what listeners could expect if they were to read my book, which I hope they do. I introduced my family and I shared details about our journey, navigating a pretty challenging, serious health diagnosis for my 2 sons. And tonight's session is just an opportunity to highlight the lessons that we learned from our experience. Lesson number 1, if you were joining us at the beginning, was know thyself. And I shared that I learned about myself by asking, who am I? Who was I? And what were my beliefs? What were my thoughts? And what was my way of being in the world? For example, as a parent and a teacher, I held the belief that to be good in both of these roles, I needed to know what to do. And I gave some examples of what that looked like for me. I thought for the listening audience that I would share this amazing little video clip from The Greatest Showman that is a song about This Is Me. So enjoy.
Hello. Okay. My name's Alan Friesen. Diane McConnell and I had a show yesterday in which we played a clip from this movie, This Is Me, or the song This Is Me from the movie The Greatest Showman. And that now, because of the copyright infringement, they blocked that video. And so this was the 6th video in our series of 6 talking about Diane's book, Diane McConnell's PhD's book, Could This Be Grace? So because they blocked the video, my plan was I'll sing my version of the song and then we'll just insert that in the video and then we'll be able to upload it again. So this is from the movie The Greatest Showman. And this is a song where the circus performers, the freaks, if you will, then kind of declare their uniqueness, their authenticness that they're going to follow from now on. They're not going to let what others think of them detract from the beauty of their life and the uniqueness of who they are. It's a beautiful story. So anyways, this is kind of how it goes. Like, you should see the video where I can't remember her name, where she does it. Kayla something does it. Really, really nice. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I'm brave, I am bruised, I'm who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Woo! That's amazing.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah.
And it just fits so beautifully with this message and
It does.
all the examples that I talked about in terms of facing adversity, doubting yourself, having those, worries, fears about really figuring out who you are and how you're going to manage. And don't be afraid to be yourself. I am
Yeah.
meant to be who I am.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Did you see that song in the context of the movie, Diane?
I did.
Yeah. And so that's where like the freaks, basically the performers all kind of come, and instead of looking at themselves that there's something wrong with them, it's their declaration that they're perfectly imperfect just
Yep.
the way they are. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that was lesson 1. Lesson 2 I talked about was know the other and the value in getting to know the other. And knowing yourself by understanding your belief system is important work. And we just talked about that. But equally important is knowing one another. And relationships and connections are vital to the human condition. And our relationships and our connections to be successful. And to be successful, we must take the time to get to know the other. So I shared when we talked about this lesson, ask yourself the question, what might have happened to this student or this individual that causes them to show up the way that they do? Are they hungry? Are their needs being met? Have they been treated well? Do they feel loved and safe? And getting to know myself and taking the time to create that compassionate space between me and the other allowed me to get to know and understand them. And it really helped me face the degree of adversity that confronted us. And I kind of culminated that lesson with, it's not so much about what you do, but it's critically important and impactful on how you be.
How you be, and as how you show up for that instant, how you show up for that. Correct? Am I following along?
You are. And remember that important question that I gave you about that? Oh, that's a test. You didn't know there was going to be a test. What's the experience this individual is having in the presence of me?
Yes, that is beautiful. Why didn't I remember that, Diane? I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Write it down.
Diane says.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. Yes, good one.
And when you're really asking yourself that question, then you can, I think, tease it out by truly, when you create the compassionate space to see the other, it's a transformative spirit in the relationship. And does it feel for the other person like you're jumping into the clouds and it's terrifying? Or are you jumping to, I got that backwards. You're jumping to the clouds because it's joyful and wonderful, or you're jumping to that cold water down there and it feels like death. Got them mixed up.
Got it. Okay.
The third lesson was the impact of adversity and loss. So the experience of adversity. And I had to share this slide, and you might recognize it because when you and I were sharing that course, the master's course with David, I think he probably showed this slide.
I believe he
And
did. Yeah.
it's in Geneva. It's a statue that's there, and it's the depiction of a mother's loss of a child, and that great big empty hole that you feel. So I think it just captures that lesson beautifully, because I talked about the experience of adversity and how those experiences can change you. And I learned how vital it was to pay attention to the story in your head and remind myself, what is the story in my head? And is that story really taking me towards the light, or is that story taking me towards the dark? And whatever that story was, it became really obvious to me that I was really paying attention to all of the evidence that reinforced that story, that made that story true, because for some reason your brain doesn't want to be wrong. So if you're thinking of a story that's taking you to the dark, you're going to find all of the evidence and pay attention to all of those things that are supporting that story, and you're going to miss all of the other pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the things that you see all of a sudden. You don't notice any of the positive or the the potential beauty in what has occurred. You only see if that's the story you're telling yourself, right? That this is
That's
horrible.
right.
If you're telling yourself this is part of a journey that I'm supposed to be on because there's lessons I'm going to learn, right? That I need to know, then it's a whole different thing in terms of what you see versus if this is horrible. This shouldn't, why me? Why is this happening? Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And a vital part of this lesson is you actually have the power to make a choice to look to the light instead of looking to the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So the light is, what's the possibilities? What's the opportunity? This is happening for a reason. This is meant to be. I was picked. All of those things help you feel strong and hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Lesson 4, we talked about locus of control. It was an important lesson because this was the lesson where I learned to be part of the solution. And as a result, the quality of our life was much, much, much improved. And I shared that with boy number 1, my eldest, Eric, and we didn't view ourselves as part of the solution and believed that the answer and the solution was external to us. The end result of that was that Eric lived the end part of his life in a care facility, which was not a good situation at all. In our second kind of situation with our youngest boy, where we had the opportunity to become a part of the solution and actually get involved and know that we had some control and that our decisions were really important and that we were an important part of the whole experience that was happening, our quality of life was much, much improved, even though the circumstance was, you could probably say, worse.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben stayed at home, and we managed hard things, but it didn't seem hard at the time because we felt that we were being helpful and contributing.
Would you agree,
So,
that if it's a choice, if there's a decision that gets made, and if it's your choice to make it or you were forced to make it, you had no choice, the same decision, if you had the choice in it, it'll be that much more meaningful. You'll work with it, right? You'll reject it otherwise, right? So, yeah.
Perfect. And lesson number 5, and we didn't get a chance yet to talk about this, but it's dream the dream. And I would be, I think, really honest and fair if I said that my family every single day kept dreams alive. So I know that I've shared a few stories, but with our son Ben and the horrific challenges that he faced, he traveled. I mean, he dreamed of traveling and he traveled lots. And he went to university at a distance, Ottawa, Switzerland, not Switzerland, Scotland, and Victoria. He wanted to be a Rotary student. He ended up in Brazil. He wanted to be a public speaker, and he did lots of that. I finished my PhD, managed to keep working. I chartered also as a psychologist. I ran a sub 3-hour marathon. My husband and my daughter both completed their master's degrees in Teachers for the Visually Impaired. My husband completed an Ironman. Eric completed sound engineering in Vancouver. He played in a band and he wrote some, he wrote lots of songs. He was a very gifted musician. In fact, he wrote a song, Could This Be Grace, to support my book. And
Really?
yeah, and Marin wrote the music and we played it at his celebration.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
it
beautiful.
was very beautiful.
Wow,
And
what full lives? What full lives? Like the whole McConnell clan, you know, the lives you've had and the things you've done. Very complete, very full, very
yeah,
fulsome. That's the word I was looking for. Fulsome. Yeah.
dream
Nice.
the
That's
dream.
awesome. Dream the dream. Very
And
good.
my daughter has just written a song about this very theme.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did. And she put it on Instagram or Facebook just yesterday. And so I grabbed it and I'm going to play it for you.
Beautiful.
It's called Roots and Dreams.
Roots and dreams.
And this is my daughter, Marin.
All right. Man, we should have had her come on and do this live.
Coming to this world, perfect around us, knowing who we are, trusting what will be. But somewhere along the way, we start to doubt ourselves, trying to please others in a vicious society, and you lose your roots and dreams and get caught up in all the things. Simply follow your roots and dreams home. When you lose your roots and dreams and get caught up in all the things. Simply follow your roots and dreams home. Searching high and low, traveling near and far, only to realize what you seek is who you are. So bloom where you're planted and shine bright for all to see, because you are enough. It's time to claim your destiny, and you lose your roots and dreams, and you got up in all the seas. Follow your roots and dreams on. When you lose your roots and dreams, and you got up in all the seas. Follow your roots and dreams on. I have lost my way time and time again, but the path it still remains. Been there all along. Recover and remember, we get to pick up where we left off. Where all is forgiven, we are redeemed, and you lose your roots and dreams and get caught up in all the seas. Simply follow your roots and dreams home. When you lose your roots and dreams and get caught up in all the seas. Simply follow your roots and dreams home.
Nice. Very talented.
Why did you think about that?
That was pretty impressive. Very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch all of the lyrics. Do you have the lyrics like written down somewhere?
I don't. She just put that on Instagram or Facebook. I don't know which one. Yesterday.
Just yesterday. Wasn't
Yeah,
that
so
fun?
she just wrote it. And I went, "Oh, you must have known that I was doing this tonight."
Nice.
Funny thing, lesson 5. It fits perfectly. Anyway,
It
so
does.
I phoned her and said, "Can I show it tonight?" And she said, "Sure." So
Nice.
it fits. So that's beautiful. And so the very last lesson that I have to share with you tonight is never forget to have fun. And through the book and through the series that we've done, I think I've shared some tales that illustrate that we didn't lose sight of the fact that there is a humorous side to lots of the things that happen. And we did have lots of opportunity to laugh. Did I share with you the Safeway story with Ben and his eyes?
I don't think so. No. You shared about his demanding or expecting that the prime minister better be writing to him, not the other
Yeah,
way around, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, the
Oh, I
Safeway
don't remember the
story.
Safeway story. Let's hear it.
Well, I took him to Safeway one day for grocery shopping. Actually, Roy was with me, and he was not happy. Did not like grocery shopping, and he was especially ticked this particular day. He was about 8 or 9 years old. And just to remind everyone, for the context, he has prosthetic eyes. So we go through groceries. He's grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. We get to the checkout, and the clerk is checking through the groceries, and she's looking over at him, and he's got his arms folded, and she's noticing that he's quite grumpy. So she made a comment to him that went like this: "Oh, I see you're having vegetables for supper tonight." And he responded, "I hate vegetables." And she said, "Oh, no, no, no. If you eat your vegetables, you're going to learn to read better." Now, those of you that would have known Ben, and I'm going to share with you, he was a voracious reader, crazy for books, loved reading. So now she has piqued his interest, and he puts his arms down and he leans in and says, "How?" And she said, "Well, eating your vegetables will improve your eyesight." And now he gets grumpy and he folds his arms and he said, "I can't see." And so she got down at his level, took her pointer finger and her index finger and pointed to her eyes, and she said, "Sure you can. What do you think these are for?" And we had a lovely laugh and made her feel welcome and comfortable to say, "Easy mistake."
Oh, that's funny. Wow.
Cute, hey?
It is very cute. Very
Yeah.
cute.
Another example was, I think, a doctor laughing on behalf of his colleague, but Ben was in having surgery, and at the time he had one prosthetic eye and one good eye, and they were operating on the good eye. And this retinologist specialist in Boston is where we were, had a resident that was working with him, and he kind of comes stumbling out of the OR laughing. And we said, "What? Our son's just had surgery and you're laughing?" And he said, "Well, I have to tell you, all of the team in the operating room watched for quite a long time while this resident was putting drops in the prosthetic eye, trying to get the pupil to dilate." Which, at that level of medicine, he kind of should have known it was a prosthetic eye. Anyway,
Yeah.
those are our stories that we share and laugh at. So have fun.
Nice.
Life is
That
short.
is awesome. That is
Right.
awesome.
So that brings me to the close. And I'm so grateful. The world is amazing. I feel so privileged that you invited me on this journey with you, Alan. It was a real treat. I'm very,
Well,
very blessed.
Diane, the more time I spend with you, the more I am in awe of you and all you've done and what a lovely human being you are. we're going to have to figure out something else that we have to present or do. So we have to figure this out. Okay.
Perfect.
Lovely series. I think your insights, having experiences that no mother should ever have to have experiences where, a child's really sick and then child dies before the mother, those are experiences that some people destroy them forever. And for you, it taught you the meaning of grace. And for you, it's allowed you to have these insights to share with me, to share with us. And I so much thank you for that. That's awesome. Beautiful.
Okay. Right. So I hope the listeners out there buy the book.
Yes. Where do they get your book again? Do you have your website running?
No, but it's coming. So
Okay.
don't write down the title. It's coming. It's at the
Okay.
printer. I don't know. COVID's slowing down things. I don't know. It's
Okay.
coming.
Watch
Stay
for
tuned.
it. Could this be
Watch
grace?
for it.
If you say, hey, I need to have it, let me know and I'll get a reminder. I'll send you a reminder
Okay.
when it's available so we can buy it.
Hey, let Alan know. Let Alan know. Okay.
All right. Thank you, my friend.